It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Steelers and the Colts. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 22.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go on EA Sports. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Rodgers now on first down. And it's caught off the deflection. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. On first down, Rodgers. Looking sideline, incomplete.
And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early. Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. On play action, Rodgers. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanting the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time I'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that's incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
Here comes Johnson on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, Sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
So a nice run right there, and worth mentioning their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence, but this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need it.
And to me, they definitely have that because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the...
The throw for Claypool is intercepted.
Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How
about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 34. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Finding room to the 20. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. This is caught, and they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. 2nd and goal from the 1. Taylor. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And his kick is indeed good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Josh Rosen and company getting set for their next possession. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying, thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn in.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Fielded just inside the 20. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers are going on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
The 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
They run with Harris, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Julian Blackman bringing him down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's a throw right. Taken in by his tight end.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now here's a throw that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I think I like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
1st down, and they go back to Harris. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Rosen's throw complete there to Smith-Schuster.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Rosen will throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Hines. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Now it's Rodgers. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Rodgers again now. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. So it was the passing game that got him down here. The closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Rosen completes it to the tight end, Burton. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Play action here with Rosen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. And he is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 27 yards on the gain there. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Again, it's Rosen. The quick slant caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Rosa's kick is good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So we hit halftime here in it. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go.
All right. Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And able to get this out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And, Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there and couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
They run again with Harris. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down.
Open man completes it to Claypool. Touchdown! Chase Claypool
With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Roses to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now Rodgers. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now Rosen. And this is incomplete.
At Freiermuth, the intended target.
And it'll bring up third down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. Rosa's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Rodgers going to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, this is Harris. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now it's Rosen.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Johnson with a completion over the middle.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And now it's Rosen looking. Looking left side, and it's complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Chase Claypool
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Steelers are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Rodgers now on 1st down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Rodgers to throw once more. That's into the hands of Pascal. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
He was looking for Michael Pittman that time.
That'll bring up 2nd down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Throwing is Rodgers. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the 16, Rodgers, middle of the field. He finds Pascal.
And the Colts are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Second down and goal. Rodgers to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Rodgers now on third and goal. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on fourth and goal. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that one a 13-play drive in total. So with 14 seconds on the clock, they've got to go with the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. And they take a knee. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers.